So, you've been listening to pop radio and you're kind of like, oh my gosh, I could make millions of dollars a year doing that too. The good news is yes, you could. The bad news is it's still hard. But the other good news is that with practice and effort and understanding how lyric writing works, everybody's got a shot to write lyrics that'll show up on the radio. And I'm not just talking BS pop lyrics that aren't about anything and are meant to apply to the whole world. I'm talking lyrics that are deep, original, and that sound good. Lyrics that make you a master lyricist. And that's what I want to share with you guys today is 3 tips for how to become that master lyricist. I'm glad that you aspiring master lyricists are watching this video today, but I have to be honest, the tips I'm gonna share with you today are good. They're not the best tips I have. If you want the best tips I have about how to write deep, original, good sounding lyrics, hit up the description, check out this email list, you can sign up for it, and I will send you tips to your email inbox. That being said, let's jump in. The #1 problem with young lyric writers is that they don't understand what they're writing about. Now, they may be writing about something personal, and you may say, well, shouldn't they, of all people, know what's going on inside their own head? The problem is that's not how humans work. Sometimes we'll be faced with like a problem or an issue or a feeling we've never felt before, and we're all kind of like, paralyzed by it. We're like, oh my goodness, what do I do with this feeling? I have no idea how to respond or what to do with it. Some people's natural response is, hey, I'll write a song about it. And that is not a bad response. But the problem is that when you write a song about something that you don't fully understand yourself yet, your lyrics are not going to make sense to other people either. People are gonna be listening to your music and they're gonna be like, what? They're gonna be confused. They're not gonna know what's going on because you don't know what's going on. And the good news is that there's an easy way to solve this. It's through a process and exercise called free writing. What I highly recommend you do before you write your next song is, even if you feel like you kind of understand the topic, but especially if you don't understand the topic, take that topic, that feeling, and put it at the top of a piece of paper, or maybe it's a question you've been asking yourself. Put it at the top of a piece of paper, set the timer for 5 or 10 minutes, and then write as fast as possible about that topic. Your brain is wired so that when you are just thinking inside your head, it skips from thought to thought to thought to thought, and you may have a good thought, but your brain will just skip right on past it, or you may forget it. But when you free write, you are forcing your brain to slow down and process each thought individually. And so you'll find that you'll start to have a lot more pathways to go, and you'll open up a lot more connections, and you'll start to understand that feeling or that situation, that issue, much quicker. Free writing will help your lyrics to stay clear and understandable. The second problem that all lyricists have is that they tend to want to save the world. But here's the problem. You can't save the world with one song. Name a single song that has saved the entire world. Nope, you couldn't name one because there's not one. It's not possible. Not even an album has done that. Not even a genre. You need so much to save the world. But here's what a lot of people do, is they save individual people's lives, or they save the lives of people with a specific problem. So you may want to write a song about world peace, and you're like, all right, this song is about world peace, and I'm gonna convince everybody to have world peace. I'm gonna write basically, you know, a Superman version of Imagine by John Lennon. Your song is gonna try to solve every problem, because how many problems are there against world peace? There's war, there's famine, there's poverty, sex trafficking, terrorism, so many different problems. You can't cover them all in one song. So a good lyricist knows to narrow their song to a single topic. This channel is distinctly not political and does not side politically with anybody, but during the last American election season, Katy Perry released a song called Chained to the Rhythm, which basically doesn't say much because it tries to solve every problem, and the music video had like all of the different things she thought was wrong with America, but the lyrics didn't really specifically say anything. They were just kind of like, hey, you're not paying attention to the trouble we have. There's trouble, we're living in a bubble, but never really explained what the actual issue was. But we all kind of vaguely thought it was about Donald Trump because of when it was released. On the other hand, Death Cab for Cutie released a song called $1 Million Loan, in which they basically just tried to distinctly prove that Trump was not a self-made man. So it was a very specific topic. Their song is vastly more powerful because they accomplished what they set out to do. Katy Perry just comes across as vague whining about we don't know what. Get specific with it. The final problem that people face when they begin writing lyrics is that their lyrics don't sound good. That's because they're not making enough use of euphonic links. When you start out as a lyricist, it's maybe very natural for everybody to be like, oh yes, I'm gonna have very simple rhymes at the end of each of my lines, because that's the go-to poetry lyrical device for lyrics. And some people aren't even good at that when they begin, but that's okay. As a beginning lyricist, you're not expected to be perfect and you're not gonna be perfect. but you can continue practicing by identifying certain types of lyrical devices that I like to call euphonic links that you can use in different stanzas. So if you have a stanza where you're like, I have a message and I know what I want to write about, but it just doesn't sound good musically, I would pick euphonic links like rhyme, alliteration, assonance, brainstorm a bunch of words that sound similar and create a sound or a word bank for yourself to combine with that one sentence statement you made about what your song's about. Do all of these tips and you're gonna get so much closer to understanding your topic, your audience understanding your topic and being able to connect with it, and them wanting to connect with it because your song sounds good. And those are all my tips for now, guys. Don't forget, if you want more songwriting tips like these so you can be a master lyricist who writes deep, original, good sounding lyrics, go ahead and sign up for those emails in the description place. And yeah, don't forget to check out these videos right here. You guys are absolutely fantastic. I love making videos for you, and I hope that you have a fantastic day.